Carl. Just what kind of shape are you in ahead of Friday, Carl?
We've got a full squad. As I said, Josh Honahan could be back in. Obviously he's been out a while. He's been in training. He's looking good in training, so he could come into the squad Friday night. Bagsy's still a bit away, but he's doing a bit of training, doing a bit of light running. So is George. So other than that, everybody else seems to be okay, Trevor.
Yeah. You've conceded 7, Colin, in your last 3 games. Obviously, it's been a source of frustration for you, and obviously probably the biggest talking point among journalists in the squad and whatever. And the manner in which you're giving away the goals, I suppose, is especially kind of frustrating, isn't it, Colin?
No, it is. As you said, listen, in the last few games, as I said, we're probably giving away too many goals, Trevor. As I said, listen, the most important thing, we get clean sheets, you put points on the board, and I suppose it was very frustrating in the last game. Listen, we played really, really well. We had a lot of chances to finish out the game, even at half time, but as I said, we gave away some silly goals and we got punished. But we need to tighten up at the back. We need to score more goals and that. But as you can see yourselves, because the performances are much, much better. As I said, listen, if we just be a small bit more clinical in front of goal and we defend our own goal a small bit better, then we should be okay.
I'm not sure if you saw it or heard it after the game on Friday, Colin, when your goalkeeper got a bit of stick from 1 or 2 fans behind the goal. Did you see that?
I did, yeah. And Trevor, listen, as I said, I mean, we're frustrated ourselves. Listen, you're in the game, you're cruising, and listen, to give away 2 silly goals as we did, and I can see the frustrating in the fans. And listen, it's hard, and it's hard for ourselves as well. But as I said, the fans will show the frustration, and that's just the game that we're in. And they'll voice their opinions from the stand, and listen, and we can't do anything about that.
I suppose your biggest one of the season came against Friday night's opponents, but they seem to improve a bit since then, Colin, haven't they?
They have, yeah. They've improved. Obviously, they've brought in 1 or 2 players. They're still the same shape, but listen, they're a good side. Obviously, they were unlucky last week against UCD. UCD got a late goal. Obviously, going back then, it was 4-4 against Athlone. So they got some good attacking options, and they'll be a different side to what we faced in Turner's Cross a good few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think the last 2 home games, 4-4 against Athlone, and they lost narrowly to Shells. So
yeah,
I suppose they'll give anyone a game at home at this stage.
They will, of course, Trevor. They will, of course. And I said, listen, every time I've gone up there as a player or as a coach, it's always been difficult for us up there. So we know what we're going into Friday night. And as I said, listen, we've watched the videos. We know the changes that they have made. So as I said, listen, we'll be prepared for them, and we know it's going to be a tough game.
Do you think 9 points at this stage, Colin, is too much to reel in the top 5, or is it just a case that we keep going and see where it takes you?
Listen, it is going to be difficult because obviously we haven't put a run together yet. So listen, as I said, we look at Friday night and we can see if we can get the 3 points. As I said, go back to last Friday night and the other. Listen, yes, we are pushing to get them. Obviously we're getting punished by silly mistakes. So listen, the performance have been good, but we still need to put more wins on and get more points and put them on the board. And hopefully that we can, as you said, you go on a run of games and you'll soon fly up the table, but we need to do that quickly.
I suppose you'll always be disappointed when you drop points in the manner that they were dropped on Friday, but looking at the game, looking back at it now as well, a couple of days after it, I suppose you would be fairly happy with especially the chance creation and the play you had going forward.
Yeah, listen, I thought we were very good. I mean, listen, in the first half we could have had easily 3 or 4. I said we had 1 or 2 chances in the second half, but obviously we didn't put them away. You need to be a small bit more clinical in front of goal. Very frustrating, obviously, the way that we gave away the 2 goals and allowed Bray back into the game. I thought it should have been finished a lot earlier than that. But it is what it is, and we have to get on with it and look forward to Wexford Friday night. But it was performance was much better. But I suppose first team football, most important thing is 3 points.
Does that give you an extra bit of confidence going into the game, considering that Wexford this season have the back overall, and if you continue that sort of chance creation, that you should be in good shape going into the game?
No, definitely. As I said, listen, the 2 lads up top have done very well. Keane, and Benin. Listen, they're working hard. Obviously, the wide players, Dara and Dylan as well. You know, that was just from the other night. So the boys are putting in a fair shift. They're getting their chances. It's just, can we be a small bit more clinical in front of goal and put those chances away, and and finish off teams early doors. But listen, come Friday night against Wexford, it's going to be a difficult game. We know that going up there, it's always difficult. And I said, listen, they're playing some good stuff as well, so it'll be a tough game for us.
Cian obviously is getting on the score sheet a lot more. In training, have you been kind of telling him he needs to get in the box more, do more of his work in the box?
No, listen. Like we always tell the centre forwards. I mean, the last few games we've played with 2 centre forwards up there. You know, so we always tell the boys, because it goes wide, centre forwards, 2 of you have to get in the box. You have to get in the box. And listen, I suppose with Keane now, he's got a good run of games behind him, and so is Benin. And listen, their fitness levels are up, and they're probably making those runs into the box. Probably when go back a good few weeks ago, they probably weren't. So I suppose you know yourself, Graham, is that when you get goals, confidence as well. It's so important. Is that, listen, the boys are wanting to get in the box, they're wanting to get goals. So hopefully it continues. Listen, there's you can see the way they're training at the moment, that the confidence is up with them, especially the centre forwards, because they're scoring goals and they're creating chances. But as I said, listen, all the chances that we had the other night, we'd like to think that we'd have more than 2 goals, and the game would have been finished out earlier than it was. We leaving Bray back into the game was just very, very frustrating. It's something that we need to correct.